Today I'm going to talk about why I bought a $1 million life insurance policy when I was 23. If this is your first time at our channel or you haven't subscribed, click on the subscribe button at the bottom. My name is Travis Sickle, Certified Financial Planner with Sickle Hunter Financial Advisors. Before I tell you why I have $1 million of life insurance policy, and especially why I got it at 23, you have to understand what life insurance does for you. Life insurance doesn't just pay off a liability. So if you have a mortgage or a car payment and something happened to you, you'd want that debt paid off. Well, if that's the case, then you're matching the liability with the policy. So that's only going to pay off the debts. You can also use it to recreate an income stream. So if you look at $1 million, that can recreate $40,000 to $50,000 a year if you're getting 4 to 5%. So you want to look at it from an income standpoint. And that's the way I was looking at it. Now, as a 23-year-old, I didn't know my wife at the time. I didn't know that we were going to get married or have kids. I didn't know what was going to happen. Now, I knew that I wanted to have a wife and I wanted to have kids. I also knew that I wanted to make sure that I had the right coverage. So if I was going out and getting coverage, I wasn't going to get a small policy because $250,000 or a $500,000 life insurance policy isn't going to create much of an income stream. So if you're going to have kids or dependents that need money, then you need to make sure that you have enough of a nest egg that can recreate that income stream. So I knew that $250,000 or $500,000 wasn't going to cut it. And that $1 million today might seem like a lot, but in 20 or 30 years from now, most likely when I would need it most, then that's when I wanted to make sure I had enough life insurance. So that's how I got to the $1 million marker. But I could have just as easily gone out and got that life insurance later in life. But the reason I got it when I was 23 was because it's something called insuring your insurability. Because I knew I was as healthy as I was ever going to be, and I was going to get the best rating possible. Not to mention, I'm a lot younger at 23 than I was at 30. So the rates were going to be a lot cheaper. And the other reason I got it was because I wanted to be prepared. I didn't want time to go on where I wasn't going to get as good of a rate or qualify for insurance at all. Because not everyone can get life insurance at every stage of the game. So if you want to make sure that you can qualify for life insurance, try it right now. So being 23, I wanted to make sure that I was getting financially set and financially prepared. So when I was looking at making sure that I'm saving enough, make sure that my cash reserve was enough, making sure I'm spending as little as possible, I also wanted to look at the insurances, and life insurance was one of them. And getting in at 23, I felt prepared that the future was going to be covered. Fast forward to a wife and 3 kids, I'm sure glad I have the life insurance. Now I can still qualify for the life insurance, but getting it early, I knew that there wasn't going to be any issues at all. Now at 23, I was also trying to figure out which types of policies I could get or wanted to get. So really I was looking at a term versus a permanent policy. Well, at 23, even if I looked out 23 years from then, at 43, I figured I'd still have dependents, I'd still have kids living in the house, so that wasn't going to cut it. And a 30-year policy, it just didn't make sense that it was just going to get a term policy at that point. So I went with a permanent policy because of the ability to save additional money. Now, that doesn't say that every 23-year-old should get a permanent policy. You want to look at your other retirement savings as well. But I was trying to plan to get more tax-free dollars down the road while I was still maximizing my retirement savings. So it was an added benefit to go with a permanent. Now, depending on the situation, would depend on what type of life insurance you get. But in my situation, that's what I wanted to go with so I can maximize both my coverage and my savings rate. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and leave your comments down at the bottom.